with the most, your boy, Chill. Welcome to Come Clean Takeover Radio. And man, I got a very, very special guest in the building today. I've been waiting on this interview all freaking week, man. This is going down. I got my mans from the legendary group Naughty by Nature, the one and only Treach.
Dun, dun, dun. Breaking news, breaking news. We in the building. Bam, 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 bam.
Hey,
Come clean, damn it. Don't sugarcoat
and as always, we got the boy from Canada, DJ Despair, in the building. And we got the boy from the US, DJ Double L.
That town in the building. Let's go.
And DJ K Twist from Africa. So, with that being said, yes, sir. with that being said, man, let's jump on in this, man. Treach.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Look, man. You age like wine, brother. You looking good, man. You looking good, brother.
They say black don't crack unless you're on crack.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Man, bro, I'm just, I was impressed by your stage performance when I saw you perform the last year, I believe it was, at a club we had out in the Dells. Mm-hmm. And it was just amazing, man. You got it, brother. You continue to keep it. Never lose it.
One thing Naughty by Nature always, like, it's like an unwritten law. It's like we just, even on tours, we like, yo, this like the last show ever. You feel me? Like, so every show we give is like, we always put it in like, you might not never see us ever again in life. Not in a negative vibe, but just in like, yo, this going to be one of the best shows you ever see because we giving it our all. And who could ever predict like it'll be the pandemic after 100 years that'll land on us in 2020?
Man.
So many artists, every artist, nobody can go out and do what, not only, of course, we collect them bags and stuff, but it's like seeing your fans going to different cities, different states, different countries. Like, it's nothing like seeing your fans up close and personal, that buy your records, that go see your
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Little technical difficulty, but he gonna be right back.
Of course.
Of course.
You better always save for a rainy day. So if you never go on the road again, or if the banks close, or if the government get took over, you better have something to have. So we were blessed to do that and everything else. But our love for the art, that's the most like hurting thing for us, like not to be able to see our peoples, not to be able to come live to you and do an interview with you. We got a Zoom boom room, everything. You feel me? Instead of coming to meeting, coming in town, coming to the parties, coming to after party, like, yo, we here and doing us. So I'm just glad we could do it this way.
Yeah. It saves a lot of time, saves a lot of money, saves a lot of headache. Promoters on their yin yang.
Yeah, well, we've been doing good negotiations, so we the promoters, them little janky promoters, been out the game. You already know. You better put that in the account immediately, up front. We ain't coming nowhere. We don't care about nothing now. Put that bag in that bank now.
Straight up. I actually mentioned your name to an artist that I manage. He said y'all ran across each other a couple of times. He from out there in New York, Jazzo the Originator.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
In the era straight, you had to have lyrics. It couldn't be a dope track, a dope producer, or what label you on. it ain't matter if you wasn't a spitter, you was not even gonna last long. Originator, no, he's a spitter.
Yeah, man. Yeah, he had nothing but great things to say about you, bro. Nothing
Yeah,
but great things.
man,
It was
it's
like,
like
don't play no games, though.
yeah. Oh no. We have each other's back everywhere. It's like one thing a lot of artists don't know. Like we had to come from the era of fighting and banging through every city, every state you went through. Them Jersey homies, them who all our girls running after? They don't know where they from. They in Kansas City. They in Wisconsin. We had to show them. You feel me? It was more than just making records. It was like getting home alive. And you know, from Biggie and Pac, we lost a whole lot of ones on the road.
Yeah.
You understand? So our lifestyle is a whole different one than anybody else in music or films or anything else. Every day we go outside, we still going outside like we on a hot block.
Man, I wanted to real briefly, bro, just you did and you still are doing a long, crazy stretch with these movies and TV shows. You're getting that movie money, you know.
Hollywood. Put the hood in Hollywood. Yeah, man, I like to thank Latifah for that. Shakim, Flavor Unit, that put us on and everything else. Like La always said, you're gonna do more than rap. You feel me? She had me, like I said, I read the first movie I read for was Juice. And I ain't know nothing about acting. And I read for the role of Bishop. And just so happened, Pac read for the same role as I did, and he got it just due because he was trained acting from school and everything else. So he knew what he was doing. I ain't know nothing. But Latifah opened my eyes to that. So every day when I was on the set, Pac had me, Ed Lover, Mo Cream, Big Stretch, rest in peace. Like all us is in the same room with him while he's filming all the time. And he said, I'm going to get you in the movie. So long story short, while I'm on there, I'm basically the only dark-skinned one in the Puerto Rican gang, Rodamez gang. It's like, Treach, how you up in there and you the only black? I said, no. Think of the movie. I'm from Uptown, so I'm from Washington Heights. I was Dominican. I just ain't had no speaking roles. But I was on there, and I was, if you look at Pac, we had to hold back laughs many a times when I was joking them up in the movie. We like, yeah, this is the homie here. But we did our thing, and it was just, I learned from just not having a major role in there. I was on the set every day looking how they direct. What's the lighting? How production goes. Listen to the director behind the cameras looking. So then I started directing. And when I own videos and everything else, like I basically wrote a treatment for every video that we ever done. And then we had the directors come in from what I learned on just knowing how, seeing the director's eye from it. You know, and we called in Spike Lee for our first major director, like to be on our, it was Hip Hop and Race, and we said Spike Lee got to come in on this.
Right.
You feel me? We gotta make it big. They got all these big directors out here, $1 million video. We gonna go to Brooklyn and get Spike. We gonna get our OG.
Right.
So I learned off of everything and everybody I work with.
Yeah. So let me ask you, what would you say as far as the revenue stream difference between the music and the TV and movie? You know, did you feel that big jump right away? Did you see, you know, the change in the lifestyle, or how did that go for you in general?
Well, in general, in all actuality, like, of course, the music came first for us, and it went from OPP. So we came out with that. It's like we started beforehand. Where I actually met Tupac was on the road. We were roadies. That means you carrying bags. He was carrying bags for Digital Underground and getting on stage doing same song and all around the world. And boom, and I was with Latifah carrying bags and all that. So what it did, it taught us the game, the feel, knowing about the industry and everything else. And it just took us to just, when OPP came out, I think we were like in Virginia somewhere, and it was like video jukebox was out, where every time we actually had the whole format of jukebox had to change, because every time you paid $1, a video, whatever video you play would play on video jukebox. So everybody was ordering OPP. So all day long you would see OPP back to back. It was over. So they had to switch it, like, no, we saying this, but we were on the road doing a promo run with De La Soul and Tommy Boy Records, all that. And it went from one day, we can go on in every spot we want to, don't nobody know shit, nothing, they like the shirts, oh, what's that OPP? To going in a mall and cops and police coming, don't never come in here without telling us you coming. It's a riot. Everybody was chasing us through the mall like we was the Beatles. Like boom. So it seemed like it was an overnight thing, but we worked like 5 years up until that point to come out, promoting, doing all this, signing, after Flavor Unit, getting on a label, doing that, and then picking a single and all that. So it took really 3 years to promote the whole Naughty by Nature project. So it seemed like overnight, but it took years, but it took a gang of work.
3 years to promote the one project.
Yeah, one project.
And artists nowadays cry about 3 months of promoting.
I'm so glad you said that, man. I'm so glad you said that, because
for real, I'm talking about years on years after we came out as a group called New Style, 3 years before that, and it sat on the shelf. So we reestablished and came out as Naughty by Nature, all 3 same members, but it was like, oh, it ain't that easy. So it actually took us all the way from high school up until we came out. So we talking like 7 years before we got our first real deal. 7 years.
Wow. That's great.
I wasn't complaining. And was while we had stuff we working on, we carrying bags for Latifah and Digital Underground on tour. And happy as hell to get on stage and grab a mic and promote a little bit of something. But that was just the appetizer.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So just to run down for those that may not know, the younger generation on, as far as Treach and a lot of this man's accomplishments, just movies alone. We're talking about growing up hip hop, When All Else Fails, The Player, Love and Hip Hop, The Art of War 3, Law and Order, The Sopranos, Love and a Bullet, Empire, Juice, The Media Man, Soul Food, Oz, and on and on and on and on. But let me ask you this. What was the best movie or TV show in your career that you would say that, you did and you was really feeling, not to down the others, but that you was really feeling at that time, that you did and why?
Every one of them you just named.
Yes, sir.
All of them. Jason's Lyric, 2 as well. You feel me? Loving the Bullet, my first leading role as a hitman. But Sopranos, New York Undercover, Law and Order, different versions of them, different characters all on that. Blue Bloods, like everything I did, Person of Interest. Like you said, Art of War 3, Wesley Snipes was in jail because he had the whole franchise. So he did 1 and 2. When he was locked up, they asked, who you want to do 3 or we want to do it? He said, go get Treach for me. So, like, every one of those just catapulted me to a different level of, like, just getting in there without this being too much where it's like, well, he did everything. Anything else he do now is like, so what? It's like it's all was God's plan, like setting me up to the right spot to even now where we putting out movies like Equal Standards about police brutality that came out during the pandemic, and we filmed that a year ago. So the secret is like you grind like bad breaks. You feel me? You don't ever stop because you don't ever know when. I take every meeting, I take every call, I take every opportunity where I could go out. I read for roles even if it's like they'd be like, well, you know what? He's about 20 years younger than you or older than you. Boom, and with makeup and stuff, we can make it or not. I'm still gonna read for the role just to have that opportunity because you never know if this gonna come again. And like I said, in 2020 now, it's like you look like the world. You don't know where it's going. So it's just good to always put that work in and put that foot in, and knowing you always got to save for a rainy day and put in them projects where you have team quarantine projects where you can sit home with the family and watch the work.
Straight up. Yeah, doing music. You know what? I got to ask you this. Seeing where everything is now in music, right?
Mm-hmm.
You've done music with all of the legends, man. From Aaliyah to Monica, Queen Latifah, Scarface. I did not know that you was on the remix for Scream with Michael and Janet Jackson.
Definitely. Definitely.
You know what I'm saying? The Lunatics, Redman, Craig, KRS-One, of course, Busta Rhymes, and the list goes on, man. Like, as far as the state of hip-hop, music in general, right now, compared to where it was, okay, when we were coming up, in our generation, you know, where would you say, where are you seeing it if we don't change course, or if we stay on the same course, where are you seeing it 5 years from now?
I think it's getting better every step of the way right now. Like, especially with everything that's going on, you see like Lil Baby and everything else is putting out songs that's talking about the social issues and everything that's going on. Like 5 years ago, I said half of the hip hop need a hip replacement, because it was like, it was more or less, you know, just, it was a lot of rambling. It was like, it was the new stage of it, but I love it because after the 80s and we came out early 90s, it was a whole different sound. And a lot of people and artists from the 80s was like, I don't like this. Just because it's a different era of music. And then the South took over. Like after the 90s and the mid 90s, it was already, you already had the Outkast, the Dungeon Family. You had, you know, a gang of folks from the South that was coming, but it wasn't fully infiltrated till like the 2000s on, where it was like, you got to realize the South is not just Atlanta or Texas. The South is everything south of the border from the West Coast to the East Coast. So they didn't know how large that audience was. And then they showed you, like, and then you heard the different styles from New Orleans with No Limit to Cash Money, to down south of Florida with Boom the Sound, from Houston to Texas, from Cali to south of there, from Louisiana, from anywhere anybody was coming out, you heard that sound. So it just opened people's ears, and I loved it so much. And now the game is like, so many people, they harmonizing, they putting things together, they talking social issues, they talking sex. It ain't just in a club and talking about you at a strip joint and then bow and get drunk and high and anything else. It's so much more substance to it. I love hip hop. I love listening to the new hip hop artists. I'm like, ooh, this is hot.
Right.
It made me want to go and sit down and go write something while I'm working on new stuff. That's where the state of hip hop is, like, with me now. I love the new cats that's coming out. I like, yo, this bomb. You feel me? It's inspirational and it's to it, and it's going to change, especially with all the stuff that's going on now, the social issues and stuff. You're going to see a lot more positive tracks like we did in the 90s, where you had everybody from Public Enemy to you feel me, Brand Nubians, and you're going to hear so many more artists bringing their messages in. The Baby, Lil Baby, all of them that's bringing them records. Yo, it's beautiful. I love that, man. It makes me feel like, thank God, hip-hop, like we said, they said 50 years ago it was going to be here for 5 years. Look at it.
Right. So I got one other question. Well, I got two more, but how did you end up on that remix with Mike and Janet? With Michael Jackson and Janet Jackson?
Man, we had a lot of people that was going, Heavy D, rest in peace.
Rest in peace.
You feel me? Heavy D had us on the Jam video. So if you go back and watch Jam, with Michael Jordan, Michael Jackson. We were in the video first, even before that. So all of the rest of that stuff, we poly there. And let me tell you how gangster it was. Michael, I think Mike, I know I heard he ain't never cursed or anything, but he cursed in front of me. I think it slipped. He was like, that OPP, that's the shit. I like that. And then Bubbles, the guy, the monkey came out like a damn Rolls Royce, and he was dressed better than me. I said, I'm stepping my game up right now. Bubbles came out here with his swag, sharper than nigga. The monkey came out looking. I said, I'm taking this Dickie suit off, and I need a record with you and your sister. Breaking news. The rest is history.
Oh shit. Yeah, that's funny.
Oh man.
Bubbles came out bubbly, more bubbly than me, with broads on his shoulders. I said, let me take these Dickie suits off right now. I might have to cut these braids. And Janet looking at me real sexy like. I'm asking your brother-in-law, Mike. Watch out, Mike. Watch out. Might be your brother-in-law.
Oh man. Hey, but last question I got for you, man. It's a question that I ask almost everybody that comes on this show. It's like our standard thing that we do that makes us unique. What is the wildest moment in your career, either in the studio or on stage, that you have experienced in this business?
Man, business. It's a lot. Hold on, let me think. Statute of limitation.
Right.
Right. Yeah, think about that first before you.
I'll tell you one that's crazy. It was a star-studded. It was St. Louis, right? And we was in like one of the club. Boom, boom, boom. There's me up in there. It's Latifah. It's Ice-T up in there. And like, we was in the VIP and just they didn't feel how everybody was on us and just was feeling our vibe and everything else, the crowd and everything else. And boom. So long story short, a squabble kicks off and everything else. So boom. I don't know if everybody, imagine Latifah is Cleo and Set It Off, right? With the braids to the back.
Right.
Don't think of the queen like she about to sing your jazz album, right? Over there, you got Ice-T over there in the corner. Boom, everything bottles start coming. Boom, boom, boom. So ends up what happened? Boom, police came, was like, yo, y'all gonna break this up. We just see Ice, saw swinging them bow, bow, drop them, boom. Police come up in there. Ice slide down the stairwell like on a banister with two bras. It seemed like a movie, but it wasn't. Down there, Latifah over there swinging them things like
Latifah getting it in.
So we ducking and squabbling and sending them back. The promoter grab us up, slide us out the back door and everything else. When we coming out, we at the back. Ice and slid out in the car in the front. Boom, went out. They wasn't even worried about us fighting. Where's that goddamn Ice-T? He knocked out one of my sergeants. I'm going to get away. Yeah, my name ain't Ice. No, no. Her name Latifah, and we just trying to get out. Y'all get the hell out of here. Where the hell is that? Ice was at the airport, like, God. I'm talking about, this is just one. We was at, like, in the same town at the same time, just so happened, and at the same party. That type of thing. When I told you we had to fight through every town, these little artists better thank us because they welcome y'all with open arms coming down and with us that worked 7 years before we had our first deal. So don't be out there acting spoiled and like the world owe you nothing. Nope. Work hard. You're going to get it and understand it ain't where you're from, is where you're at. Respect any town you go in, but make sure you go home safe. You understand?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
We're doing it for us because we want this hip-hop to be here 150 years from now, and y'all have the torch. Y'all ain't take it. We passed it because we love what y'all doing, but save me 16 because I still got some spit game for you little nipples. That's my butter in Africa. I put it on my butter.
We need that sound right there.
So DJ Double L, we start with you first, man. You got any questions or whatever for Treach?
Well, I got a few of them. My first question is, man, like, you know, with so many groups that came in and out of hip hop and came up in hip hop, especially even back in y'all era, you know what I'm saying? Like how was it, how were y'all able to stay, you know what I'm saying, so tight knit as a group?
Well, one thing you gotta know, everybody is family and brothers, and half the time we can't stand each other. You know what I'm saying? But it's like if you in a job and you working a job, you working with your partner. They always say, no, never get in business with your family, because they're gonna take advantage and they don't. It could be all of that, but at the end of the day, it's better to work with family and know you gotta train yourself and know that this is a business game. A lot of artists that came out, you might not never see them no more and never see them like what happened to.
Right.
The game ain't for everybody. Like a lot of people get in the game and think, I'm gonna be rich and famous overnight. And now the world is gonna kiss my ass and work for me. No, you gotta work harder than the world that's trying to work for you. It's a job. It's a 24-hour job. You get away from your family. You get away from your friends, your other lifestyle you have, whatever you was doing. You might get to be at home in the middle of the night, and they say you got to catch this flight in the morning, pandemic. You got to get out of here and get this bag. You go. You feel me? It's a job. A lot of people didn't sign up for that. A lot of people didn't sign up for going out of town and being shot at, or somebody trying to rob them. Yeah. Or they floss too much and somebody find them. Or they go in and gangbanging in their city or state and then go to another state that's banging.
Yeah.
You feel me? And so a lot of people tap out. Like they UFC fight. They got their arm around there. Don't choke me out. They tap out because it ain't for everybody. Anybody coming in the game, all my youngsters is out there, we want you in there because y'all going to keep getting bags for everybody else as long as hip-hop keeps being that multi-billion-dollar industry. But understand, if it ain't from you, for you, it ain't no problem. Sometimes being behind the scenes, being a director, being somebody who works with promoters, instead of the one that's trying to be the artist, because it really ain't for everybody. Your life changed. It's nothing like going outside and you don't need security because paparazzi is chasing you and who else is chasing you and boom, or you've been in the game so long with people like, I know him and I respect him, but I don't remember him because I'm young, but I know I like this guy. And you can still blend in and boom. It's not for everybody. This is a 24-hour job. Your wife better know it, or your girlfriend, your baby mama, your kids, your mama, your best friends who gonna miss you when you ain't there and you gotta go out and work. You want to stay home and just hang around in the hood? That's for some people. This game here is a 24-hour job, and if you ain't got that master hustle grind, grizzly grind in you, you ain't gonna be in here too long.
That's real talk.
That's definitely real talk. Now, with that said, what was that one moment when you looked at your brothers and was like, yo, we made it, like we here now?
I mean, that probably was, I can't even lie, it was like 91. We known that like after OPP, everybody don't get a chance or a blessing just to pop off with their first single, just to be that like big as far as like
major,
not just a hit record, but like a crossover pop record. Like you ain't even imagine that. So
I can still play that now and it go through the roof.
Lit. You feel me? So I knew that like probably the first after 91, because OPP came out June 16th in 91. So going through that summer and then coming back home, because I lived in the hood on 18th Street. I lived in the same house I was on for 10 years after I was already a millionaire. Like I lived in the hood for 10 years until I got married. Then I had to move out. But other than that, I was like, so I knew like the first summer, that summer 91, like we made it. It's a wrap. 2 big ass Benzes in the back in the hood and everything else, and police like, y'all still selling drugs? I said, fuck y'all, hell no. Look at the goddamn TV. Homie, I'm on every channel. Ask your baby mama. No, nobody sell no drugs no more. We retire, homie.
That's amazing. Okay, that's dope. That's dope. Just
Facts.
what's up, man? You got anything for the bro?
Oh, yeah. So, tell me about this new movie you in.
Yes, it's called Equal Standards. It was put together, directed by Taheem Bryant, my homie from Queens, executive produced by Ice-T, produced by me, and a whole just list of great actors. We filmed it maybe a year and a half ago, and the story is basically about social and systemic racism to the fullest with police and the people, but it's a different twist. In the movie, basically, it's an undercover cop, black cop, who ends up getting shot by another undercover white cop because he didn't show his information quick enough, but he was just looked at as another black dude hanging out in the corner in the hood. When he's not doing nothing, he's actually a cop. So it shows not only that, but it shows the gangs that get together and unite in the truth, because they get tired of everything that's going on with the police and the community and everything else. So at the end of the day, it was basically an enlightening story of showing that all this stuff is not just police against the community and vice versa. It's racism within whatever we do. And you got a lot of police out there that's in the game and know they are fighting the same type of drama within their force that we are on the streets, because they can't even say nothing. It's like police are the biggest gang in any communities because they have the same type of rules. You snitch on us, you know, no longer part of this gang. You say anything about how we moving, you have violated all the codes and the rules. So when you have the police that think like that, it should be no question why the community thinks like that. I'm not going to deal with y'all because I don't trust y'all. I'm not going to report anything over here because I don't trust y'all. Y'all are sworn in to protect us. Why aren't you there as good police officers pointing the finger over here and letting these cops know what y'all doing is totally disgusting and unacceptable? Now we see after George Floyd and everything else, how many instances now in Wisconsin, right now, they still shooting our unarmed people down, and it's like it's illegal. It's legal. It's still cool.
That's
it's still
30 minutes
cool.
for me. That's 30 minutes.
Get it in front of that man's kid.
You understand? In front of with his kids in the car. With his kids in the car, and it's supposed to have been domestic when his baby mom is coming out like, yo, y'all tripping. It's not, and hold up. Y'all running after him. My kid's in the car. Back up or I'll shoot you. Hold up. Ooh, now it's getting right back to that same thing. Guns drawn, everything else. This man is unarmed. Boom. If he's going to the car, yes, that's wrong. Boom. You can grab him. You can tase him. There's 4 of y'all. Y'all can jump on him. Before you get to the car, you can detain him.
Yep.
Knowing that there's kids in the car. Do you feel what I'm saying? It's like, yo, we have to understand this is more of a time than ever that we don't let it go. We don't be complacent, because us as black people, we are used to it now. Mm-hmm. So when you say, we turn on the news and we be like, oh, somebody got shot in Wisconsin again, oh, whatever. All right, move on. The best thing that happened, prayers out to George Floyd's soul, was that uprising, that tick made it where it's not just going to be acceptable in one town. The whole country going to stand up to that bullshit.
Yeah, that's facts. That's facts.
So where can we find that? Where can we find the movie at? Like, is it just?
Right now they took it down because we got nominated for a couple of film festival awards. So we had it where you could see it during the pandemic, but they said take it down. So hopefully we can get a deal for it and it comes to theaters when we go back to theaters.
Well, I saw it already.
Oh man!
Oh, thank you, you little cheater. I like that right there. He said I went and saw it all that day.
Right.
That's
right. Movie off the chain, man. I salute you. My wife loves it. She in the background talking now. She
thank you, sis. Thank you, sis. Definitely, man.
One of my things is how'd you go about doing the track with Damon Marley?
Oh man, that was crazy. It was just connects that we know. Like we had at the time we was dealing with like Rebecca Foster was our management at the time from the Bronx, rude girl from the BX, with many connections. So had to connect and everything out with the Marleys. So we had ended up doing like a show in Jamaica and was there for like a week or so. Dragon was there from Rough Riders, and they put us up in a house, the mansion by the studio, where we was just there recording and vibing. And when you go to Jamaica, it's like yacht, it's like family. It's like you out there on the beach, you're going up in there picking off shit off the trees. You picking off shit off the trees. They like, pick that thing, pick it. Like, what is this little brown, little doodle ass little man? Smoke, raw thing. Best weeds you ever. What? And you going out there and get the junk and curry and ting and the gorty. What? Man, it started like just from building and bobbing just to went up in there. Now, I'm knowing we got a gang of more songs because we did about 4 or 5 songs there. So I'm going to call my Marleys and say, yo, let's start putting some of that work out. Ziggy, Stefan.
Oh.
Yeah.
We could do some genre. What? It was just a vibe, and we just end up being in Jamaica and staying extra days and going in the studio. So that popped up like.
Well, that's what I mean, because you always, in your rhymes, always had, like, the patois and stuff mixed in at times.
Yeah, I think I'm Jamaican. I don't know. I'm going to do that ancestry. My ex-wife, Pepper from Salt and Pepper, she yardie, so I had to be around her and all the Jamaican family, straight Kingston, Jamaican family for decades. So it all rubbed off,
Yeah, so I was just like, wondering when you're just going to do a crossover album with somebody. So, I'm just.
I don't know. We got a single right now. We just did with Burner from Africa.
Nice.
Burner.
Yeah,
so we got a single that's coming out with him right now. So that's crazy. So, I mean, as soon as anybody comes in and want to work, they're going to see Naughty is still out there. We doing right now, working on the Naughty 30th year anniversary album.
Okay.
Working on a Naughty next album, which is Naughty and Next, and I'm working on Fatal Hussein album. So we almost done with that. So it's different for me. I never worked, even with Pac. I did all the records with Pac while he was alive. I never did a project with one of my homies that was gone. So it's emotional, but it's beautiful. You feel me? Just to be able to still hear, it's like hearing new songs and hearing new verses is like having a conversation with your homie.
Yeah, we most definitely want to make sure most definitely get them records as soon as they hit the, before they hit it. We want to go and throw it in rotation.
As soon as they mix down, they coming straight to come clean.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So, man, I really appreciate your time and everything that, you're getting forward with just the hip hop generation, period. Hip hop as a culture. You brought a lot to the culture, man. And from on behalf of Come Clean and everybody here, man, we just want to extend our sincere thanks to you.
I like to say my sincere thing because one thing I don't see artists do, they don't understand like this whole music industry, the film industry, it's a team effort. Not only with just the artists, with y'all that talks to us, that ask the questions nobody asks, and then they hear, and then you give it to the people from the fans that buy our music, that goes and see the movie. A lot more artists are going to be more appreciative now with this pandemic, because once it come back, it's going to be lit. Everybody it's gonna come back. You feel me? Everybody be stayed, mask up, do what we gotta do. It's gonna come back and lit. But I think everybody's gonna appreciate everybody much more. But I like to give y'all props because y'all are the outlet. I would be sitting here just like, okay, let them find out about me. You feel me? And y'all are a part of hip hop. It's not just us as hip hop artists. Y'all are the artists as well. Because y'all bring that talent to bringing the voice of the artist to the people. So I like to thank y'all, real deal. I never had to bite my tongue. I tell it like it is.
Oh, much appreciated.
Y'all, word up.
The next time you come out here, actually the guys from Cushions, since you could only leave with one cushion the last time and not the rest of the you know, weed that you had. I heard you left bags behind and stuff. So
Give me my cushion, man. You have to say hello. I'm coming to get it. Give my number. Y'all got my number, right?
Yeah, so we're going to send you some more of that.
Y'all call me if y'all hear about me in town or whatever else. If I don't answer, text me, but give the brothers my number, and let's do this like we've been doing it. Whenever I come there, I want to hang the fuck out. I don't stay in no goddamn rooms and shit.
Let's go.
You know that's what we are.
Let's make it happen.
You know that's what we are, man. You know that's what we are. So with that being said, man, hey, it's been a pleasure. Anything you wanna, let the people out there know before we go ahead and cut this show?
Yeah, man, just know, man, we all in this together, man. Whatever's going on, man, go out and vote. No matter who you're going to vote for, whatever you feel needs to be changed, go out there and please vote. Man, know that we are all we have, and we are each other, and we are survivors. So let's be safe. Let's do what we have to do. Let's listen to the doctors and everybody else, man. We have events. Let's make sure they're safe and everything else. Man, get in the streets, man, and tell the homies, man, we need the guns down. We know everybody is frustrated. The hoods across the states, we just hurting each other, man. Gangsters, man, let's unite, man. It ain't nothing more gangster than the truth. I done been through a gang of them. We seen that with the L.A. riots, uprising, and everything else after Rodney King. Bloods and Crips came together like never before and still are down. You feel what I'm saying? Let's not turn this into we going to take advantage because police is backing down. We got to police our own communities, man.
And what's the Instagram so everybody can follow you?
Yes, man. Oh, I ain't even on social media. I've been off of that. Everything ain't for everybody.
Okay.
But you can go through Naughty by Nature, everything else and all that, because we do all the business. I took things a little too personal. I can't take trollers, But we're going to promote, like I said, all the positive and everything else, and I love all the support. But y'all go and check out and just know we're going to still be. And go on YouTube for Naughty by Nature because we got classic stuff you might not never seen, videos with songs you never heard from because we always give out free music and everything else. So when we come out with the album, buy it, damn it, because we give you free stuff all the time.
That's right.
Yeah,
straight from the himself, Treach.
Yeah.
Straight up. With that being said, we appreciate you, brother. Love from Come Clean Takeover Radio, DJ Double L, DJ Despair. And we out.
Yo, we're gonna need some drops from you, Treach, for real.
Let's do it.
That's what I'm being said. We're gonna get those together.
That's right.